We're talking about simplifying radicals, and we want to simplify radicals in different forms. So here we have the square root of 75. And what I really like to do is I like to just write down, break the number down under the radical or the radicand as much as possible and see if I have anything that matches the number that's outside of the radical or the index. So the square root of 75, I know that 75 is divisible by 3, so I can say 25 times 3. I also know that 25 can be broken down to 5 times 5, so I'm going to write it down as 5 times 5 times 3. Now, 5 and 3 are both prime numbers, so I know I can't get any smaller than that. So now I'm going to say, okay, and I remember that there's a 2, understood 2 here. So I have any 2's under the radical, I can pull them out as just 1. So here I have 2 5's. So the 5's can come out of the radical. The 3 is singular, it's by itself, so it has to stay under the radical. And so the final answer for this is the 5 comes out of the radical, and then the 3 stays under the radical. So that's the final answer. 5, the square root of 3. Over here, we're doing multiplication, and we can only multiply the coefficients together, and we can only multiply the numbers under the radical together without using a calculator. So what I want to do is actually, instead of multiplying these together and saying 5 times 35, I'm actually going to break 35 down and still show multiplication. So the first thing we're looking at is 2 times 3. So 2 times 3, just multiplying those together. And now I'm going to write down my radical, and I'm going to join the 5 and the 35 by the 7 and the 35 by multiplication. So 7 times, what can I break 35 down by? I know if I can get my calculator out and check, but I think it's 7 times 5. 7 times 5 is 35 and the 7. Okay, 7 and 5 are prime numbers. Can't break them down any further. And so now I'm going to look and see if I have any pairs, because this is a square root. And I do have one pair right here, a pair of 7's. So the 7's can come out, and we can rewrite this as 2 times 3 is 6. We brought the 7 out, and the 5 has to stay under the radical.